Welcome back to Grow Joyfully. There's my bird. Love it so much. The sun is finally shining after about a week of overcast and very ugly weather. It's been very cold here, and it's still cold here. But after all, it is spring and it's March. But I will definitely take the sunshine. And there's my little girl. Time to feed the animals and let the chickens out. Good morning. Hello. How are you? Okay, time for some scratch. I'm starting to get a little concerned about her because her feathers are not all coming back in completely, but I'll give it a little more time, then I might have to check and see if something's wrong. Oh my goodness, are you impatient? Come on. They always get in the way and it gets on their head or their back. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness, that was so close. So much better. I've got to get the girls fed and watered, and then I get to go to the zoo with our oldest son and his family. It's so funny. They really like the hay in their nest boxes. Time to go feed George. George, also known as Messy Bessie. Good morning, sweetie pie. Are you ready for some hay? And now we'll get your bunny treats. There you go. Now you have your bunny treats. You have your hay, you have alfalfa pellets. And when the grass gets greener, I'll give you grass. And dandelions. All sorts of stuff. Okay, Hopper is fed and watered, and George is all fed and watered. Have a good day, George. This is Grandma, Speckled Sussex. Still going. She's got to be at least 9 years old. Mrs. Fluffyhead. This is a Marin going by. They lay the darkest, most beautiful eggs. And my showgirls, my lavender Orpingtons. So pretty. Okay, their water's all done and clean. Now it's time to get the eggs. 5 eggs so far this morning. Okay, the animals are all done. Now Lucy and I are going to go into the greenhouse. We had the grass aerated, so it's all lumpy and bumpy. Our lovely hellebore is coming up, and my husband just bought another one and planted it there, and my daughter bought one. We're going to put it somewhere, I'm not sure where. There's so much cleaning up to do for spring, and we're trying. We only get to work together on Saturday, so we're kind of limited in time. The eggs are all put up, my hands are washed, and it's time to go out to the greenhouse. But first I wanted to show you, yeah, I know. First I wanted to show you a few things that are up in the oak bed garden. Look at these. One daffodil, crocuses. There's some over there. And the reason that we have wire over it is because we have a dog and cats. And if you want to be happy with your pets and your flowers, you have to cover them with wire. All right, Lucy, here we go. It's only 39 degrees right now at 10 minutes after 11. Yep, it's spring. There's Boots. Hey, Bootsy, how are you? 39 degrees outside and almost 57 inside. The herbal tea of the day is hibiscus and raspberry leaf. I was lucky enough to have my 10-year-old granddaughter out here with me today, and we were able to pot up some carrots and spinach and several different kinds of flowers for her and her sister and her mom and dad, so that was fun. But I wanted to reveal how many tomato varieties that I do have. I think Krista from Almost Off-Grid Grandma was the closest with a guess of 67. But the final tally is 74 varieties. I know, that's just crazy. I'm going to go over them really quickly. Abe Lincoln, Amana Orange, Anna Russian, Aunt Ruby's German Green, Amish Paste, Banana Legs, Brandywine Pink, Black Beauty, Black Brandywine, Big Rainbow, Bonnie Best, Blue Cream Berries, Black Cherry, Big Hill, Black Crim, Berries Crazy Cherry, Black Seaman, Beefmaster, Bumblebee Blend, Beefy Purple, Coasterly, Cherokee Purple, Chocolate Sprinkles, Chocolate Cherry, Delicious, Dad Sunset, Flame Orange, Evergreen, Early Red Chief, Giant Crimson, Gold Medal, Giant Belgium, German Johnson, German Queen, German Pink, Green Zebra, Golden Jubilee, Granny Cantrell, Gazante, Golden Nuggets, Holy Myrrh Bearer, Hill Marmond, Hungarian Heart, Hillbilly, Large Barred Board, Icicle, Isis Candy Cherry, Kellogg's Breakfast, Indigo Apple, Mountain Princess, Mortgage Lifter, Northern Ruby Paste, Orange Russolini, Orange Jazz, Old German, Porter, Payette, Pink Ox Heart, Paul Robeson, Persimmon, Pineapple, Peron Sprayless, Red Pear, Red Brandywine, actually Yellow Pear too, Red Pear, Yellow Pear, Red Brandywine, Rutgers, Roma, Rainbow Cherry Blend, Sundrop, Sun Gold Cherry, Thorburns, Terracotta, Triple Crop, Terracotta Grape, Tiffin Mennonite, Vintage Wine, and Yellow Brandywine and Yellow Oxheart. This is fun for me. I hope you enjoyed me going through my varieties and making a guess with me. So, I have 74 varieties, and Krista from Almost Off-Grid Grandma was the closest. Thanks for participating. It was so much fun. My daughter was in here after me last night, and she always sweeps the floor before she goes out. I really appreciate that. She's such a great person. I have wonderful kids. It's okay if I say that, right? I'm a proud mama. I have had this sweet potato sitting on the dirt in this tray for at least 4 or 5 days. Nothing's happening yet. It does take a while. But I'm excited to see if and when it will grow some slips. We'll see if that works. And we have some alyssum. This is the white. That's the purple over there. And my beauties up here in the window are just doing so well. But I'm so excited that I get to go to the zoo with my oldest son and his family today. That is going to be really a good day. And we have sunshine for it. Won't that be nice? I've already accomplished a lot today. Exercising, getting ready, cleaning the whole kitchen, loading the dishwasher, washing 2 loads of laundry, going out and feeding and watering the animals, and getting the eggs, and then coming back in here. So I've got a lot done, and now I want to pot up some German Queen. One of the first tomatoes I grew, and I grew well. After I watched video by Jess at Roots and Refuge Farm, and she talked about her tomatoes, and I just found every tomato video she ever talked about tomatoes on. And I watched it, and I watched it, and I watched it. And then I watched Patera at Appalachia's Homestead with Patera. And I just ate it up with a spoon. I just loved listening to tomatoes, because before that point, I hadn't really grown successful tomatoes. I'd go to the store and get a early girl or a better boy plant or something like that, and kind of put it in at first in the ground, which was not good ground. It was full of quackgrass and not amended well, and yeah, it was just not a good thing. So once I listened to these gals and learned that you had to start with the soil up and how to grow seedlings and how to amend it and how to feed it and when to water it, that's when I started growing big, beautiful tomatoes. So I'm sure they will never hear this shout out, but I have to go back 7 years, give or take, and thank them both for teaching me how to grow tomatoes and grow them well. My daughter washed up some more pots for me, and I really appreciate that. I made some more yeast fertilizer, and it's setting out on the counter. So I take them out of their cup, take the bottom part off so I can recycle that soil. Sometimes I have to remove the roots. But you can see the nice roots right here. I take my dibber and I'll make a nice little hole right there. It's already been fertilized with some garden tone and watered. And then I'm just going to take one little tomato, trying to save all the root that I possibly can. And then I set it here. Get my dibber and tuck the root down. Then I bring the soil around the seedling, try to make it stand up straight, and tuck it in just a little bit. So that one's ready right there. Then I just repeat the process. Here's another little fella. Put him down there. And then tuck the root in. And then I won't have to water them for quite a while. I do water them just a tiny bit more to water them in, because that's always a good idea. So, that is how I do it. Again and again and again, seedling after seedling. But I love just sitting here and enjoying the sunshine. Finally, the sunshine today, although it's getting a little cloudy. And then just watching a favorite show and watching you guys' YouTube channels, and it's very, very enjoyable. Okay, so I have it labeled, and the German Queen are finished. I do have some left over that I'll probably do a little later, but because of the lack of time today, I just changed the soil in the main cup. Because of the time period, I had the worst potting mix that I think I've ever had to put my seedlings in. So now, when I do this part of the potting up, I make sure that I change the soil in the cup that had the original seedlings in it, if I can't get to them and get them into their own cups. It's a good thing that the new trays came in yesterday, because I've already used 3. This is the 4th. You really use quite a few things like this. But if you can buy quality, then they will last several years. Even these that are not all that strong, they will last at least 3 years. So you can use things over and over again. Now it's time to pot up the German pink tomatoes. They smell so good, so tomatoey. See how the roots have wound around each other? That's why it's good to pot them up to a clean glass after you've separated them, or to a larger pot. Now we'll just take out very carefully. Try to unwind them. There we go. And here's a little seedling that will pop in there. And use the dibber to settle its roots. And we'll water it in just a little bit and label it, and it'll be good to go. Now let's get as many done of these that we can. I've just potted up some red brandy wine and some orange Rousselini. I think that's all I'm going to do today. I'll get these labeled and then get them over there in the tray and then on a heat mat. And then I'm going to go in the house and get ready to go to the zoo with my oldest son and his wife and their kids. I see a really dark cloud over the area where the zoo is, so I'm a little bit worried, but I'm going to bring a very, very warm coat and warm, sturdy shoes and gloves, and I'm sure we'll be just fine. But the thing is that we're going to be together and we're going to make some memories. So you have a very wonderful day. I'm thinking of you. I love and appreciate you, and I'm thankful for all the support that you give me, and I love to give it back to you. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share and like, and have a great day. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for stopping by.